Okay, today we are still going to continue the Java IO system, Java file input output system, right? Java file input and output system. Okay, system. So yesterday we cover some uh, m- basic abstract classes. Generally, we are reading data in the two format. Yesterday, say one is the from byte stream, byte-wise byte, as one is the your character stream, character stream. So here we study the base classes like for byte stream, your for write input stream. Input stream is the classes we study and your output stream, right? These are the two base classes, right? This is the base classes. And what are the implementation classes? We have discussed like for file. So file your input stream and similarly a file your output stream, right? File output stream. These study we cover about how we can use the input stream and output stream. These are the abstract classes. So we are going to use byte stream using the help of file input stream and file output stream class. Similarly, we can say if you want to go to the character streaming, then we have two classes of reader and writer. Okay, a reader class and we have a writer class that read and write the complete character. Still, these are your abstract classes. So if you want to how to use this, say if you want to use from the file system, so you can say file reader and file writer. File reader and file writer. So
That's
these are
if you wanna read from the file
yeah.
by
So these
character.
are two approaches where we are reading data. That means one approach byte byte stream means ki whatever the source of data we have here, source of data streams, we are going to write data in the form of byte. Means was to have to data write in the form of byte, right? 1 byte, 2 byte, byte-wise byte. And whenever you read data, also get a read from a byte-wise byte. Okay, byte-wise byte. So this is for these API we have used the file input stream and file output stream, right? For this here concept like case of reader, we are also your source of files, but we are writing data in the form of character. Okay, itself character, right? Character means 8 byte. We are writing the one character, then another character, then another character, right?
Right.
So this is the character-wise data reading. So these two is the base classes, means your abstract classes, and these two are base classes, abstract classes. But generally, whenever we are going to use them, then we have to use as a our implementation class. These are the two implementation class related to the file input stream. This is the related to the file reader and writer. Yesterday we have written this example for this, right?
Right.
And you notice this is the abstract classes. This is the one implementation about the file, but this is not the only one. Maybe you can use this byte stream, byte input stream, byte output stream, array input stream, array output stream, right? So lots of implementation these classes, these two base classes have, but we are not going to considering those things today, because considering today we are our understanding in this modules we can consider the file read and write operation. So we are only discussing file input output stream classes and file reader and file writer classes, right?
Right.
So yesterday also discussed these are the basics API, and sometime yesterday also say ki this is the one additional concept between the your operating systems and between your JVM, right? Whenever our Java virtual machine going to write any data in the file system, they are our JVM request to the operating system. Hey, operating system, write data in your file system, right? Because file system is owned by your operating system, right? Your
Right.
OS is the owner of your file, right? JVM is the just Java virtual machine on software component. They don't own your file system, right? So if our Java virtual machine JVM is trying to write something, they request to the operating systems, and they response properly. Yes, your request is granted or not granted, right? But this interaction between the your Java virtual machine and OS for each byte is the costly operation. For each character reading writing is the costly operations. So here we discuss approach. There is a concept about the buffering. Buffering means let's see, I want to write the 100 byte, the 100 1 byte, 2 byte, 3 byte, 4 byte, 5 byte. Just all the bytes I have accumulated in the buffer, right? Just I
Right.
calculated 100 byte. Then I request, hey OS, can you write this data? And OS can write this as file system. So instead of calling 100 times to the OS, why not calling just one time, right? So this is the just reduce the communication between our Java runtime system to the OS system. So for those say yesterday, similarly classes for the here buffer file reader and buffer byte stream and buffer in reader and writer, right? So here more classes like we have to going to discuss like here buffered, okay, buffered input stream, right? This is the classes, and similarly buffered output stream classes. So these classes generally in our applications we are recommended to use instead of these, right?
Right.
Both are the same operation. Just here internally, JVM is buffering your data, and finally, when you're going to the close file system, at that time they are going to write, right?
Right.
Similarly, here two more classes: buffered reader and writer, buffer reader and buffered writer, right? So the similarly example what we did for study file system, similarly we do from here. Only
So
differences internally Java virtual machine buffer your request.
so which one is popular?
This is always suggested you can use buffering, right?
Because it is not sending one character at a time. It's sending everything at the same time.
Yeah, I just complete buffer and just reduce the communication between JVM and OS request, right?
Right. Right.
This is
Got it.
just you can say slightly bit better performance than this, right? Performance means the times. Let's see, currently we are going to writing 10 GB files, right? From
Right.
A source to B source. Right? It will take some time. If you're reading this, it will take X amount of time. If you use this, it will take X minus some parameter time, right? Buffer time.
Right.
So this is just as uh, a software developer, we should aware what are the efficient API for that available, right?
Right.
So let's look these two example, right? Yesterday we already covered these two example, right? So
Right.
question is that similarly, uh, if I am going to use this file output writer, I am going to just so how can create the object, right? So I am going to just comment out all these things, right? Okay, just leave it not in S. Okay, okay. So let's go to the example. Example. So example. Let's with the write a file buffered. Let's you want to first going to write the data and then read, right?
Right.
So whenever I'm going to create the buffer files, how to create? You can use the new keyword because these are the notice these are the classes. These are the classes. Simple class. So we can create the objective in a new keyword, right?
Right.
So let's say equal to new BufferedReader. Okay. But notice still compiler is not happy. He say because this have a multiple constructor. They have a three argument constructor. One is the one argument, two argument. Notice overall they are expecting you pass me the output stream. Why? Because the base class is your output stream for the writer, right? So we have to pass this file output stream object, right? So here say, hey, I am going to say call new file output stream. I study we
Right.
know. How to create a file output stream? They need a file, which file they are going to write data, right? So let's create one variable, string file name, right? File name. Let's file name data.txt, right?
Right.
So here say this is the file name. I pass the file name. In this way, we can create your buffered input stream, right? So let us we have some data. Let's see data I want to reset. Let's string data. Okay, this is test data only. Okay, for testing. Okay. So notice now we have a class available. Then we have option. You want to store means you want to write something. So here say, hey object, I want to use the write operation. So notice this is the output stream that we have to data write is your byte. So how to convert byte? We have a data dot get bytes, right? This is the string class. They return the bytes of data, right? And you can say, hey, this is the bytes. You can write them. And after that, you can say just, hey buffer, please close the buffer, right? So this is your now you return the data. So question, how I'm going to read it? Because if I run s out done, we are getting output as a done, but we are not anything writing something system data operator because till now we retain data in a file. So in this file particular data.txt, this file must be written. So let me check, right? Go here in your this is the data file and this is the message written, right?
Right.
So instead of here we can look, go to the file system and look. Instead of that, why not? Maybe I can someone maybe this is the from your file system where my application you can explore here, right? And good. Where is explore open in explorer? So this is the where our file written data.txt, right? And here you notice all the data are written what I am writing, right? So here even you can add something, added new value, right? Okay, added new value 1 to anything, right?
Right.
You can save something here. Okay, and whenever you notice here this data is a change, right? So question, how I'm going to read? So for reading again say, let's I write this code in a particular method so that I cannot call him, right? So just write this code in a method, right? Extract into the method. Okay, and just say rename. Say rename. This is the write data using buffered output stream. Okay, so this I'm just going to comment them, right? Just similarly, let's write for the input stream. Okay, one for data reading. So I'm say read data, READ, read. Okay, so what the logic we have to write? I want to read data, right? So I'm not going to uh, comment out this. I'm not going to writing. I'm just want to read this, right? So I'm comment. I'm just calling this function, right? Hey, this is a file name. Can read the data, right? Now I'm run. I'm not writing any logic. So I'm not getting anything, right? Because we have to write something to read data, right?
Right.
I'm not getting any data. So how to write the logic? So here say I'm going to the buffer reader, buffered input stream reader for reading, right?
Right.
And just comment out. This is the good view one. Okay, same name. So here reader. So similarly, how can create input stream reader? Because this is the class, we can create in a new object, right? So here say new buffered input reader. right? But notice this class are not the default argument constructor because they have a you have to pass the input stream, right? So how to create a this is the input stream. How to create input stream? We can use this implementation class. So say, hey, I am going to use the new file input stream and say this is the file which you want to read, right? This is the file name I'm passing here, and they have a kind of dot read function, right? So notice they read and return the bytes. Okay, they return the read maybe bytes, right? So notice, they return the ASCII value. Byte means ASCII value. So you have to check until not a end of file. So while if b not equal to minus one means you have reached the last of the line, right?
Right.
And say just after that we have to close the file, right? So here what to say, if b not equal to 1, then what I am do here, I am saying let's print out, okay, s out and your b byte. Here this is the ASCII value, then I have to need to convert into the character, right? And once then again you read the for next time, right? This is the loop. Again you need go to the not equal to null, print, again read, not print. In this way we are printing all the value, right? Yesterday we did the same, and now I have just called the only one function, read data, right? So
That's right.
we are able to read this data from this file. Notice here I am able to read something, okay, new line, because I am new reading one by one character. Why? Because I am here new line. Just remove this right now so that we can get the same line, okay?
Oh,
Because ln means always print the new line. So I want to like this, right? Now it's good, eh? So
yeah.
this program I run and just printing only one function called read data. So look like same as a static code, but only additional things you have going to use this new buffer. Yesterday we are doing only this part, right? Inner part. In this way of creating file and writing the code. Now we are using the buffer. Just one, you can say this is known as a uh, they just decorate your object using the different object right here. Okay. So this is the example of your buffer input stream and output stream. Output stream for writing, input stream for reading. Similarly, we can do buffering from this as well as. Is it okay? So let's do, right? I am going to just comment out, okay? And I am going to write a similar one function like uh, uh, read data using the buffer writer, buffer writer, WRITER, writer. So I am going to use buffer writer to write, okay? This is the file name I want and the data I want to write, right? Okay.
Right.
So it will take a second parameter as a data. Okay. So same writer, that means I'm going to create the object of this buffered writer, right? So let's do, hey, buffered writer, create the object of buffer writer. How to create? Because this is the class, so we can create using the new. This is the class, so you can create new buffered writer. But this buffer writer have a not default argument constructor. So they are not happy, right? So if you check here, say you have to pass the writer. Notice this is the writer our class. So writer is the object class. You cannot create the object. Then you can pass this file writer because we are going to write data in the file. So you say, hey, this is the new file writer, and this is the file name where you have to write, right?
Right.
And now file is open, then you have to close the file, okay? And before we have to write a data, just data write, and notice write now have a complete string. There is no conversion of the byte, right? You can write the data in a string format, complete character format, right? So you say, hey, I am just whatever the data giving, I am to write because they support the character wise writing, alphabet wise writing, right? So here no conversion of the byte. Here notice we are converting first byte, right? Then writing. But here no, directly we can just write data. Done, right? Okay. So let's test the data. Let's say I'm change the data here. Uh, this is the test data only testing for the buffered writer, right? Let's jump, like change the data. So this value go to the right in this file, right? Right? And
Right.
so check, run it. So it's done, and let's check the data file. Notice this is the change data file.
Yeah.
So it's good. So instead of going to the check file, why not our program can read? So similarly, here we have a one. Let's do the read function. Oh, this should be write function, right? Writing data, right?
Right.
This is the write data. And let's another function that could be the read data. Read data. Okay, using buffered reader, right? Not writer, reader. So they need only file name, right? So you have to write something like here class name should be read, right? And they don't need a file. Just you want to write. So how to read data? Let's I commented. I already written that. Now I am going to just read the file. So again say I am going to this reader class, right? File reader. So here say, hey, I am going to the buffered reader class. Okay, buffered reader equal to new because this is the class. I can say buffered reader, and here again they are expecting some. You can pass the reader object, right? So how because reader is the your reader is the abstract class, so I can use this implementation class like a file reader because you
Right.
want new file reader, and this is the file name which you want to read, right? So now we have a read file, and after that say, hey, just close the file. Okay, after open file, and here I am going to read. Just read. Hey, say dot read. Notice they have a multiple read function available, even read line available, right? Even read stream. So because this buffer API provide the read operation byte wise byte, yeah, character wise character, or slash complete line wise read line wise, right? So I'm going to read line, complete line by line data read, right? So they have some
Yeah.
additional method available. Okay, they return me your read line. Okay, and just print your read line. Okay, whatever line read, but they read only one line at a time, right? If you run it, I just close and let me I add some more line, right? Add test one. Okay, tested one. Okay, okay, and say. So I'm just saying, ki, hey reader, just read line. They have read only one line. Just tell them. But I'm not interested just reading only one line. Notice they will read only one line, right? They are not read other
Right.
line because whenever we are going to read, you have to use the loop, right? So we have to check here. W.
End of file. We
Ah,
use end of.
while here, notice they return the line. So line can be not equal to null until, right? Whenever they
Right.
in the end, they cannot get in right. So here, this should be like here. And again, read it. And again, okay, control C. Again, say to here, right? So first, read data, not equal to null, print them. Again, read from buffer, next line. And next line. If not equal to null, again print this. Once you reach the null, that will mean go to the out of loop, right?
Yeah.
So here I am not using the byte. I'm using the string. The string default value is the null. So I'm going to the check if this will return null if not found, right? Notice this is the API. What if this looks look the API? This is the definition, right? So read a text line. Line is terminated by the slash n, and this, and whenever by the end of line. So end of line, this will somehow say null, right? Whenever say end of file, this will come as a null, right? So I'm checking here null, right?
Right.
And let's run. So in this way, they are reading complete line by line. Notice line by line, all the notice all the line, all the line. So here you have to make once one line done, just make one space right after that. Okay, yeah, it would now say println new line, because we are reading by line. Okay, here I am reading line by line, so each line go to the new line, right? Oh no, I am putting the incorrect value. Change. I am not change here. I am change here. Here should be new line, right? Because this is the one line, and next go to the next line, right?
Right.
So here not read the without line, because we are not reading character by character. Now this is the complete line by line, right? Done. So this buffer reader is provide some additional method, right? This way, or even this is the one way you can do, or another way. This buffer reader have another method. Notice buffer have here notice the method like a lines. They return the stream. We already know how to stream. Now they have a stream. Here say now stream dot for each, and here say system dot out dot println, right? We already know how to stream the data. In this way we can do directly, right? So we are getting the same data. So we have a two option now. In this, if you are using the buffer reader you can do manually while loop or just use the stream. So you notice this method is return the variable stream of lines, right? And stream of lines have a function like for each, right?
Right.
You can use this stream API here.
Oh, so you can use Stream API.
Here, right? So this is the buffer API is provided some method that return the stream. This is the method lines method. They return the all the lines stream. Okay. So here you have two options: manually while loop or do the stream API. Is it clear?
Uh, yeah. So the bottom part, number 63. Um, don't you have to write like buffer reader dot stream?
No, by default, this is the buffer reader object. They is the given the one method lines. Lines return the stream. Okay. Notice here,
Okay.
I am going to say, hey buffer reader, this is the object, and they created dot lines function. And look, notice lines is the one method. And if you check the return type of this F3, and they return the stream of list number, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So due to that, they return a stream. So after that, this is the stream, and then you can that say for each. Okay, okay, it works.
Yeah.
Just apply dot, right? Dot. Okay, dot for each. Because this method buffer reader return lines method return the stream. Notice here they return the stream.
Right. Right.
Due to that, now don't need a manually while loop for loop if condition check something, right? So both options we have. You can manually go with or just use the stream. Is this
So
uh,
buffer reader,
hmm,
which is a buffer reader class object,
right?
dot line, it
Dot
returns stream.
stream of yes.
Hmm.
And on the stream, I can apply maybe I want to two uppercase here. Let's say I want to map all to uppercase, right? You can do lots of operation using the string,
Oh,
right?
so we can use all those.
All yes, string. Well, lots of operation we can do, right?
Yeah. But only exception is dot lines.
Yes. And notice I am getting output in the uppercase. Or I want to just line by line length, right? All the upper. Notice
Right.
all the
Right.
uppercase. So now all the benefit of a stream you can apply here, right?
Right.
You want to just hey, not I want to just length, right? Map. dot string uh, colon length, right? Just I want to length of them. They will print all the only length, line by length, number of length. Because now notice we have only 64 line, this line, this line, this line, this line, right? So now here after this lines, the no notice stream is started, and all the stream map, filter, reduce, collect, all the things we can going to apply, right?
Right.
So these are the buffer reader API provided these things, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So till now we are able to understand how we can read data from the file or how we can write data in the file. So till now we have understand two kind of stream. One is the byte stream, means we are writing data in the source as a byte and reading data as a byte, both, right?
That's
But in
right.
the case of characters, we writing data as a character and reading data as a character, right?
Right.
But these are the two kind of data. Can be data is the one my object, right? Might be complete. We have a one object, right?
Right.
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 Uh, so how can write the object or maybe employee object? We have let's get 10 employee object. I want to write in the file system, right? I want to get, so lots of options we have, right?
Right.
So let's explore how we can and do other things, because these buffered classes are in many places. Till now, I think we have not covered how I can get input from this command prompt, right? So let's I this data is the written hard coded here, right? The same data going to write in the file. I'm going to write the data file from the take user input. Whatever the user want, that go to the write in the file, right? It would be good,
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's like a more dynamic.
more dynamic. So let's think how we can read data from the your user input, right?
Right. Right.
So for that, already I think we have not covered. Let's do it today. Okay, that's a good option. Okay, I'm just comment out all the things, right?
Sure. No, we have not done that one.
Okay, yes, I'm not remembering. So let's. This is known as a Java has a given a class. I think it's the scanner class. Scan means just reading input from the user. Okay, because this is the our maybe terminal. This is a terminal. Here I want to give some value, right? Here maybe I want to. If you run this my Java, which is the program I sample. No, I'm somewhere in a different folder, right? Terminal. So we can, if you run, how to go to the terminal? This is the service. This is the terminal. This is the terminal. So this is the package name like yeah. So say Java. Oh, sorry. Say here say Java which class. Good option. Let's go to the here and go to the rep open in folder. Now this is the folder where my class sample, and here I'm opening the command prompt, right? Command prompt, right? Here say Java sample, okay, dot Java. So notice they're getting done output. So here I can pass something. This is the test data, right? You can pass here, right? This is the one option. Here I can something pass data, right? This is known as a command line argument, right? So why not this printing? So if you want to pass something, those notice those data come in this method args, right? So
Right.
let's here print. So here say input. This args, okay, where is this args start? Notice we can use the this is arrays. So you have an option to read the arrays. Notice for loop one have option for it, right? For each oh, oh, for, and you say strings and your input right, comma args. Okay, this is the, here you can print the value. Okay, whatever the input I got, right?
Right.
If I run here, and let's I run from here. So notice this test and data both are the printed here. Let's I say, hey, testing nest. Okay, nest, next, right? That this data come here, right?
Right.
In the program. This data you can write maybe your file system. Maybe let's say I am going to this writer. Okay, this is the writer, and I'm going to say, hey, write in the file, right?
Right.
And instead of I say, hey, this is the uh, just write yeah, this data instead of I, right? Input kar do in data. Okay, input data, right? Here I
Right.
can pass, and here I can pass. Okay, so note whenever now I receiving input from the customer and writing in the data in the file system, right? Here I'm writing this function going to write data in the data file, right? So let's test, right?
Yeah.
And here and say, here say, hey, testing data from testing data, just say, okay, check this data goes, okay, run it. And now, and let's check our file. So this is our data file, and where they written. 1 minute. Hmm, testing data, here data goes. They write using the data file, and data file should be, why not? Why not come data sample? Let's after that let's read it. And this is the writing, and here let's read data. I'm able to read. I read AD, read data. Okay, I am passing one data here, and this is I think writing done here, writing close, and after that I want to read them. This is the read. Okay, this is the read. Okay, this is the writing, this is the read. Let's again save, and okay, I am save. Notice I am data read. Yes, it will be done here. Why not ref where they are writing data? What is the here we are able to read. I am looking something here code base. Here I am able to read data, right? Reading from the file. Notice here, reading from file. So let's this is the input done. Just write the message here. Input done. Okay, input done, and after that I have to get program main done. Main done. So if this read means they are able to read data from the file, right?
Right.
So if let's okay. So let's test. If I save this program, I am receiving input from here, just printing here. What the data I'm receiving, same data I'm passing here. Hey, to file write done. Let's say here, say file write done. Okay, file write done. File write done, right? And outside of the loop. Okay, outside of the loop, right? Okay, and again read data and done. Save. Again I am test. Okay, testing data. So notice here, testing data done outside of the file, and we are reading the file. So we are reading from file. Here data is the written somehow, but where is the data? I just want to refresh, close all others, and look this data file. Why these are not changed? Where? What is the data? Why? Where these data are stored? This is the file name. Okay, this is the file name. I'm using the same file name data.txt. Let me check here. Date.
Ajay bhai, give me
Ah,
1 second. I'll be back. Give me
okay.
a few seconds.
Okay.
হ্যাঁ, তুমি আসছে?
Okay. Where is the problem? Let's read the file name. Okay. Writing file name. Read data from file. Yes, this is should be done. Reading file, data. Okay, here is the passing the data. File name is the first parameter. File name, file name, file name. We are able to read.
Hello.
Yes, you are come.
Yes.
Okay, so let me just I remove this data file here. Okay,
Sure.
and now what we are expecting ki whatever the this is the just to make it whatever this you writing in main here that this strings whatever you passing here from command line. Okay, these values are go to here this array of string, right? So sometime whenever you want to run your program from command line, you will pass some given input. So whatever the value you are passing, that all values goes in this array, right?
Okay.
Correct. So here what I'm doing using this array, that we have two options. You have used this manually for loop, or you can use a stream. We have arrays. Here you pass arguments, args arguments, args dot arrays as a stream. Why not works? You have a this is the arrays dot arrays as a string. Why not better come arrays dot as list as a string a stream. Yes, a stream. Yes, a stream you fox array, right? Here I pass, and here you can say stream. Now let's collect. You can say use the stream API collect function and join them, right? So you can directly in one liner get the complete value, right?
Right.
Variable. So this is the collected value. So here say okay, this is the input value. Here say your input value, collected value. And this collected value you can say okay, I'm going to write in the file right here. So now I am going to write data as the collected value, whatever the we are receiving from this argument, right? So multiple way using the manual for loop or using the stream API, right? Stream API just avoid the manually for loop, right? So here let's see what the
Right.
collected data. This is the your collected, okay, input data, and same data I'm going to write the file system, and after that I'm just reading the from file, okay,
Right.
and save this. I'm not running here. Program also run. If you want to run from here, then how to pass the parameter, right? Question. IntelliJ. Just I'm tell me. So this is the one where here I'm saying, ki, oh, hello test, okay. This is the value passing hello test. So hello test is I am here, okay. So these all value go to the notice. Just be this is the zero position array. This is the become array, right? This is the become array, okay.
Right.
And I think this is the your 0%, 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. All the value go right.
Right.
If you like manually for loop here, it's also works both way. Okay, here you can do manually, like either for loop here you can say same thing, or you can do in is collect. Both are the same thing, right?
Right.
So let's run it. I am just running here. What is, why not running program? Okay. So notice here, hello test. This is the first value, right? Then
Right.
I am here and collecting. I'm just collecting all them online and writing the file. And notice this is the read from file, right?
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
I want to maintain the space here. You can say joining double quote comma space, right? Or comma whatever things, right? So here say run. So notice here, hello test time from file, right?
So what is the function of the collection?
So notice this is the data here written. Okay? This notice here.
Hmm.
Yes, ask question.
The collection. What is the collection? Collectors.
Collect.
Why?
I'm saying this is a two way to read data. No, this is the
Okay.
arrays. Array. You are using the stream API here. I am using the stream API.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
I here is the manual for loop because we already know how to use stream. So I say always, whenever possible, in the place you can use stream, just try to use, right? We already know for loop, but also know the stream API, right? So collected is there is the same value which you receive from input. Same, notice the output here. So same here, whatever I am passing here, this is the manually for loop data, right? This is your
Right.
collect, right? Both are the same thing. I am writing the file. And notice here is the file written. I'm asking where file is. This is the file written. Notice here, right? So
Right.
whatever you're writing here, this is come from, let's change the value. This is a test data from console, right? And
Right.
done. And let's check our file system. Notice this change. File is done. And you look the Explorer as well. This is the data file, right? Right?
Okay. Okay.
So this is the another way, okay? Where you can give input to your application, okay? This is the one way. But sometime I say no. This is the one way. Why? Once our application run, at that time I ask, hey, type your name, yeah, type your input, write something. Here, what I am saying, I'm first I pass all the value, then my program run, right?
Yeah.
So question is, these things also you can test from your IntelliJ. How to pass IntelliJ? Let's say I want to run this code. So this is the option here. Whenever you are running the program, just I think run with the run with option run. Uh, this is the here. I am just edit configuration. Notice here edit configuration. Here you could go and pass your environment variables. Run with us option. Where is the option? IntelliJ also give you the option where you can pass this parameter to the here as well as right click run sample debug more run with the code coverage no run. This is somewhere option. Whatever this value here I can pass in the main argument where I pass, right? So I can pass 1 minute group IntelliJ uh, Java Java pass uh, command line argument. Okay, so how to pass command line input Windows. Okay, this is the application and where is the pass the value? Here the pass program argument, right? So let me check. So the same place I'm here. Just go here, edit configuration, and program here. This is the place. Look at here, program argument. Here you can pass this. Uh, this is data, right? Data pass by IntelliJ. Okay.
Right.
So this data, whenever you run application, these values go to your main string argument, right? And apply and run. And now you can run this code. From here you can also pass those values, right? So notice here, this data collected 5 IntelliJ, right?
Oh, so you can pass from there as
Yeah,
well.
here you can also pass. Go here, sample, and here configuration. Here you put the value, whatever you want. Here, same as here you can pass here, right? Here. So whatever you can pass from here, this go to the your here. Go to this variable, main string argument, right here. So there are two way to pass value in the main argument. Using the command prompt from here, just your program name and whatever value you want. Here, by default, you run here, you are not getting any value. Collected value, nothing, right? No data bound. And here say, no, I want to pass 1, right? So they are value passing the 1. And same go to the save in the 1, right? So here, whatever the value pass, they are going to the store in your here, right? And you can even S out. Here you can say S out V. So notice what is the value here, argument. Okay. And let's take plus and say plus dot length. Array have a length function, right? You can run here. If you run from here command line, already you have set this and you are getting this value. This is what is the arg value. Before that, notice here, first line. This is the arguments and this is the 7 value, right? 7 length. And here when we have an option, you can use this. Notice how to print arrays. Arrays as dot as string. Arrays to string, right? To string and pass arg, right? Args. Okay. And you run it. So I'm trying to say that this the main method. What is the meaning of your string argument, right? The string argument. Notice here I am passing this. At the same program I run from here. Let's say I pass 1, 2, and 3, right? And run here. So this is the main program. Notice this is the 3 value we pass 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
So this main syntax have this string input parameter have a meaning to get the value from your user, right? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Arg length, okay, length, okay, length, and this is the value, right? Whatever the value. So if you're not passing anything, let's here I'm not passing anything, right? Just main. Okay. So they have a 0 length, nothing data, right?
Right.
And here you pass some value, some value you are receiving here, right? Some value. And the same value are go store in your file system, right?
Right.
Same
Right.
value are stored in your file system, right?
Right.
So this is the one way. You can give not, you are not just passing hard coded value here, whatever right here, right? You can receive from this argument. This is the one way. But this is known as a command line argument because you are giving the input from the command right here, right? Right?
Right.
This is known as a command line argument you pass to your main. This is our main function Java. I am going to pass this value as an input, right? So
Right.
this is the value we receive here. If you're not passing anything, you're not passing anything. They generally always we run program like this way. We are not passing anything in the, so by default they receive the nothing. They receive the nothing, right? Is it clear? So this is the
Yeah.
one way. But This and Java have another way as well. As you can pass input from this. Let's here say I am run here, and after that application asks something here. Hey, puts input some value, right? Then I can
Right.
pass it. It would be good. So for that we are using the again. Uh, let's see. I commented out these things. Okay, just commented out. Okay. So whenever this program run, I want program ask me, hey, type some name, right? Then you will receive them. So this is for that I'm using the class scanner. I'm saying scanner. Scanner is a Java class that help us to read scan value from the equal to. Notice this is the scanner is the new class, is the class name. So you can create the object, right?
Yeah.
Here say new scanner. So question is scanner what kind of they are not. Hey. So notice they have lots of constructor. So notice F3 and check. They are passing. You can pass scanner input stream, file input stream, path. Scanner is read data from the different sources. So I'm read from the our system dot input, right? System inputs. The here say I am read system dot in input, right? So I want to get system input. Here, so notice here, they are the system input. What is this? This is the input system, right? Is it clear?
Yeah.
You just close out.
So from is this so
Yes.
if I go follow this
Mm,
way,
mm.
what is the benefit
I am just
to?
trying. Okay.
Hmm?
Let me. Uh, I'm saying now one way you are writing data from here itself in the program, right? One way the whatever the data I'm going to write in the file from this command line, right here, command lines. And third way, I'm going to some interactive way. One line, two line, three line, right? Ask data until I'm not stopping, right? Is a
Right.
interactive mode, right? So here say I'm going to read data from the system input, and here say scanner dot their function read. Okay, scanner dot nest. I think they have a nest. Okay, this is the function they have a like a nest function. So here say I say system dot out dot okay s out say uh, type name. Okay, type name. So whenever I say type name here dot nest, what happen? They are going to wait for your output. Where am I? Here. So here say key wht while scanner have some input, scanner has nest some boolean sub scanner have some data and then say scanner dot get nest means get value. Okay, and just s out. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm saying whenever here there is no output, all the commented code, whenever you run this line come first, print type some name. Okay, times type some name. So this is the prompt ask, and now here code is stop until you are not writing data, right? Once you type data, then control goes here inside a loop, right? And after that you are printing. Okay, let's inside loop, inside loop, right?
Right.
Inside loop, and you are the out outside loop. So let's here the different input correction. Let's I run it. So notice they are waiting here. They are waiting. Type some name. Here say test. And down again inside. Notice inside loop. Again data. One. Again ask two. Okay. Two. So here
Right.
this loop going until infinite. So question is when I'm going to outside, just press enter or what? So we have to write some condition when I'm going to outside of the loop, right? Maybe null or maybe I don't know what the value would be. Here, whatever I'm type value, they are just asking inside loop. You are still inside loop, right? Whatever I'm
Right.
typing here, they are receiving, right? Look, I'm typing this is a test, okay? This message I receive, right? Two line.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever I'm say, whatever say, this is all the value you receive, right?
Right.
But question, this is the while loop scanner. Wait, again you are typing something. Again you are typing something, right?
Right.
So question is that when you can go outside, right? So we have to write some condition here. If I receive one value, then we go outside, right? So currently your program is just stop here. I am stopping, and here is like uh, uh, just type name, and here say let's this name, whatever the value. Say if value, let's check. Here I write condition if nest equal equals let's 99. Okay, 99 3 times 9. Okay, someone pass. Yes, just pass by. Okay, by. Okay, and then I'm going to what say break the loop. Okay, this is the logic you have to place here, right? Until this going loop, until you are not typing the by, right? Once
Mm.
by, go outside, right? Let's run it. Say, hey, hey, this is the one message. Okay, hey, this is the one message, right? Again,
Right.
but I'm saying, uh, hello, okay, hello, okay. I'm say bye. You are going to close the loop and go outside the loop, right?
Right.
So this is the logic you have to place. How we are going to outside of the code, right? This is the one way, but I generally this is the one way. You can say sometime no, I want to just only one line, yeah, two line, three line. Then you not write in the this way loop, right? Maybe you want to just write a has nest and nest if condition something, right? If condition not a loop. So what I'm trying to say here, whatever you're doing, you are getting data. Same code you run come from here. Let's say you run here. They ask for data, right? Ask something, right?
Right.
Test. Okay. Hello. Whatever the data is passing. If multiple value, this is a test data. All the value are receiving, right? But this program is still running. Notice this program is not closed, right? After
Right.
some
Right.
time, you
Right.
can say, hey, hello, how are you? Hello, how are you, right? So this program is look like a waiting for your input, waiting for an input. And until you are not pass a specific value, you have a code say, hey, you pass by. Just some pass a b you are by. At that is the program is closed, right? So in this way, whatever the content you want to send your system, you can pass, right?
Right.
So this is the command. Sometime you want to read input, then you have to use this, right? And now in this way, dynamic value, whatever you want to pass, you can pass here, right? Is it okay?
Yeah, I got it. Now you can dynamically put the file name.
Right. You can put the file name. I'm asking two things. One is the file name, and one is your data. Both thing,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
I'm just commenting this complete thing. Okay. Okay. And say, hey scanner. First say, okay. Say uh here uh file name. Just ask file name, eh? File name, okay? And now say scanner dot nest, okay? Just say just here they are prompting, I think, and just here say scanner dot I think nest directly, okay? So this is your file name, okay? File name. It should be if condition. If has next data, someone user type data or not, right? Not, you say this is your file name, right? So this should be your file name. Variable, let's file name right here. And after that, you say, okay, next I'm going to write as a data. Okay, one line data. Say now say file data, right?
Right.
Okay, file data. So here say, okay, this is the file data. So here I am read the data part as user. File name and sorry, no, okay. And similarly, you say file data. Two variable I created. Here say second time we need a file data. So now two times get value. And after that scanner we have to close also. Now here say scanner should be closed, right? Scanner close. Okay. Similarly. So now you say, ki, hey, I want to from this program, I want to first file name and read the file name. And then file data, then read the file. Let's check the value. I'll close the scanner, right? And s out v file name, uh, file data plus file name print. Okay, what the value we are receive, right? No, file name, right? And here say now we have a function already, file writer, right? This is a file writer. I am going to write data in the file, right? So I already know this is the file name, right? This is the already file name one. Okay, already file one variable declare right here. So I am going to the file name, new file name new. Okay, so this is the new file name. I receive new file name and pass right here and pass file name. And now this is the file data. We have file data, right? This is the file data. I am write this, right? And let's I also read this. Okay, read file new file, right? So here I'm also getting the file name dynamically and the uh, value name as well, right? File data. So let's test, right? And here I am going to say, hey, run it. And they are asking the file name ABC, right? .txt. Okay. And again ask file data. This is file data for test, right? And done. Notice the only they read the this file, only line. So you notice this is the new file. Uh, where is this? This is notice abc.txt, and this is the this
Right.
read because this I am written only one line of notice if, right? Here not nest. I just is the for space they the new line, right? So they let's which have any function, right? Nest line complete, right? I'm using
Right.
this right now. They read nest line complete, right? And okay, and now program. Let's do. I'm say hey, file name. Let's xyz. Okay, xyz, right?
Right.
Dot txt. Okay, and data. This is the uh, test data for xyz. Okay, so this complete value go now done. Let's check the file system. Note xyz file created, and this
Right.
is yes, and this is the xyz and file data done. This is the read. This is the read operation, right?
Right.
I am here is the read operation. This is the read operation, and after that main done. Main done. Yes, main done. File data. Where is the file data? Yes. So in this way you can. What is happening? Here is the your file data is the file name. I'm writing something incorrect here. What? So here file data is the file data, and gamma file data is the file data. Let's keep file data should be here, and file name should be file name here. Then I'm writing the file name here and the file data and file name for printing, right? Let's again test. Here file name I am typing test dot txt. Data is for testing 1 2 3 4. So you notice here they are not read the file data blank. Notice
Mm.
file name come, but file data is not blank somehow. Why? So file data, this is the harshness. Read line is not returning something. Okay, this read line function not return something, right? Advanced scanner for current line and return the input was skipped. This method return the rest of current line, excluding the line separated by the positive. This is not working somehow. So let's look this way, like nest dot nest. Okay, to string, find line, delimiter, find hash nest, boolean nest line. Why not works? Next line is the function, right? Next line, and after putting my line, file data. So maybe look while loop, right? That's while loop. Okay, while loop has nest. Just do the nest. Okay, nest. I'll explore why this file data and just string plus equal to, right? Append them all the things, right? And just test. And for break, I just write uh, just breaking line light the some logic, right? We'll
Right.
write dot variable. It's a nest if let's nest dot equal, and let's key I pass the 99 by, okay, exit by, okay, I pass
Right.
by, then you break, okay, break, and here say else you can just plus the value appended right here. So here I think we should take the all the value. Let's check, right? What is the error here? Ex okay, expected. Okay, expected. This is the nest, right? This whatever the nest. Okay, file data, file data plus. Okay, I want to just file data is, what is the file data? File data is the list dodo blank. Okay, initially blank. Okay, so I am appending this. Now it's no error, no error, unused variable. Okay, so what logically we say ki whatever the file data they write, we are going to write a scanner and read all the value hash nest, and once done, then check first file data. This data going to write your
Right.
file, right? Until you're not getting data, how file writer work, right? So
Right.
let's now they ask file name is abc dot txt and data. This is a test data for testing. Okay, and just run. And we have to write by, right? By for
Right.
close.
Right.
So now
To
this is
exit.
all the data they written, right? And
Right.
now let's check the file name abc.txt. So abc.txt. No, this data is
Yeah.
written.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, and good option we have to append space something right here. Whenever say appending space, right?
Right.
And just type here just for exit by and file data and says a hint by for exit, right? By for exit. Okay, We have to write by for exit. Else someone how to know, right? What the keyword I have to pass, right? And here you test here. Oh, file name this time hello. Okay. Dot txt and now file data. This is one. This is the one for test. Okay. So this will maintain the space. Okay. And we have to write the by, right? This is one for space test, right?
Right.
One for test, and let's check the file and the hello, right? Hello. This is one for test, right?
Right.
Same is read by our here program also. No, this is written by the file read, right? So in this way, you can use this external means as a customer pass any kind of input whatever you want, right?
Right.
Here what are you doing? You are reading from the scanner and creating the data and that writing to the file, right? This is the one option, right? And we have another option. We can directly say scanner for buffer writer and directly you write the data in the file itself, right? The multiple approach we have, right? So we'll discuss. Okay. So as of now, it's this is the scanner class is a very simple and method which help us to take input from the user, right?
Mm.
And they have a two function. Has nest means you want to more data, and nest is getting the line value, right? And
Right.
whenever you're writing, if you have to ensure that how to break, right, the loop.
Right. Right.
And in this way,
Otherwise, it keep going.
keep going. Means it look like a server. Whenever you are starting server always running. This application always run until you are not passing the by. Look like you install some application always giving the output. Whenever not the control C or control D some terminal command, right? Quick.
That's right. Yeah.
Similarly here. So in this way, you can write data into the file and read data from file depend upon what the file name you pass and what the data you pass, right? This
Right.
data and file not always do is like hard coded here, right? You can
Right.
get
Right.
from anywhere, right? So this is the one way where you can get input from the customer using the scanner class, right?
That's
Is it
right.
clear how to use
Yeah.
the scanner class? This is sometime initially whenever you're writing the program, sometime it's help, but in a real application, generally we are not using this scanner, right? But sometime if needed, we can use, right? But nowadays, notice all the real application getting data from the UI, right? HTML forms, application, right?
Okay. From there.
Okay. So from all these things, as a how Java read program, Java always use this class input. This is the class use here. This is the class use input string. This is the class use scanner. All the whenever Java read any user interface, user end value, always use this input stream. Internally, notice this is the scanner class. Also is the input stream. Notice this is the variable input stream.
Right.
Note this is the input stream, right? Internally even you are going to use an UI application from UI or pass something and that go to the your server backend as a Java application. They internally also use the input stream. So input stream is the very key class for reading any data from the customer. Maybe from UI, from maybe a command prompt, maybe from input output, right? So this
Right.
class is really used by internally applications, right? Good. So maybe tomorrow classes we have read the more kind of use like till now we
Right.
understand the byte stream and the character stream and how to read data and from this your scanner class. And tomorrow we'll continue to reading maybe how we can write not a notice here I am writing the string data only, right? This is the string data. Okay.
That's right.
What happen I can write the here the employee class object, right? Complete 10 employee object, right? I want to store. How could do, right? We'll cover. I think it's good for the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just explore. These are the very interesting thing today for a beginner, right?
Yeah. This one is very interesting.
And even you can pass this data from here. And sometime IntelliJ, then IntelliJ we have option. Whenever run, there is option here edit configuration. In edit configuration, you have option input here is the option. Just remove then give option. Program argument, right?
Right, right,
So this program argument just uh, for your this input string. This is the use here. Whatever you are passing while running the program argument, the all value come in this array, strings array, right? So
right,
generally, sometimes these are very handyful. Whenever you want to start your application and at the startup you want to give some initial value. So all the
right,
initial value come from this main argument. In really whenever any application server or Tomcat, any real software using the application server Java based enable, so whenever you starting server you need a port number, you need a listening in logger level, all the things initially they pass from the main argument, right? So
right,
once your application start, this value available, right? Basic data. And after that, user interface runtimes data you want to change, then you can use the scanner class. Means keep input stream. The basic class, your input stream for reading data and output stream for writing data.
right.
Okay. And it's good for the day, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Thanks. Anything you have?
yeah.
Let's let's
Should be
do
good for the
practice.
day.
Let's do practice. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Nice. Thank you.